All right, figured it was time. These golf clubs, these irons of mine, these are the Callaway Apex Pro Smoke Pro 19s. So I figured this is going to be my 5th season of using this club, this iron here, all 6 of them. I figured it was time to do a detailed, in-depth review of these irons. On the used market right now, these are going anywhere from $400 to $600. They offer a very good look down the line. This is the pitching wedge we're looking at, and if you can take a look here, you'll see that the face, this is one of my more used golf clubs, the face on this after 4 seasons of use looks pretty clean. I like it. I like these clubs a lot. I own a golf course, so I am on staff at Callaway. So from time to time, I get some perks and everything that comes along with that. This year, my perks happen to be irons. I'm not sure what I'm going to get next to replace these. These are phenomenal golf clubs, all the way from the pitching wedge to the 4-iron. They look really good, and basically the reason why I got these clubs here was the look, to tell you the honest truth. Not many club makers come out with a black option or a smoke option here with their irons. And B was the performance of these back in 2019 when they came out, and C was the forgiveness. So those were kind of my big selling points among other things here that made me want to get into these Apex Pros. I would show myself hitting, but it is December 15th today, so my golf course is closed. On these, I will show you. You will notice that I have some KBS S tapers on them. I love these shafts. They're 130. They're a 130 gram. They're an extra stiff shaft. My swing speed with my driver is right around 115 miles an hour, give or take, depending on the swing here. So I figured that with my irons, a 4-iron being about 95 miles an hour, with a higher ball flight, I could go with these extra stiff shafts. And I haven't looked back since I got them. The pitching wedge here, this is another reason that did sell me. I'm a traditionalist golfer. I like having 3 to 4 wedges in the bag, just pure wedges. My Callaway Jaws Raws. So the pitching wedge is 47 degrees on these clubs, the 4-iron being 23. Pitching wedge, my bad, is 45 degrees. So these are traditional in the sense of with how golf clubs in today's world have essentially been de-lofted to the point of you may have a 9-iron, but it may be de-lofted to like a 7.5 iron to make you feel better about your distance and compete that way. I'm a traditionalist. I still hit the ball a long way, so I can afford to get more traditional lofted clubs. And if I want to make that change, I can make that change with loft and lie, etc. after I get the irons. But out of the box, I like to make sure my irons are pretty traditional and standard. With that being said, when I look for my next set of golf clubs, I'm going to have to find a club in there that I can fit between my pitching wedge and my 52 degree. Otherwise, I may try to switch up my wedges and go 58, 54, 50 degree to kind of have that continuity between the degrees of loft here between my 52 and my 45 degree pitching wedge. So anyway, moving back to the golf clubs. So my next club I'm going to get is going to have the KBS S Taper 130 gram shaft. That's a no-brainer. I love it. I love the feel off the face, or I love the feel when you hit a square face shot. There's not a lot of vibration in the shaft itself. It is a pretty extra stiff golf shaft here. You know, you have your stiffs and you have your extra stiffs. Some of them may be a little bit different depending on the brand, but this is one of the most stiff iron shafts that you can buy. And paired with these clubs, I do get a lower launch most of the time on these clubs than, you know, if I were to take a buddy's iron or whatever and just hit that. So I am sticking with the shafts, long story short. Going back to the actual club here, I do feel that as technology has been boosted, I feel like I am losing a little bit of distance as the years have gone on, even though my swing speed has changed, stayed the same, if not gotten faster. I just feel that with the times and hitting newer clubs, hitting newer irons, hitting friends' irons, whatever, trying different clubs out, that I have been just losing that pop off the face, and that could be due to the age of these irons being, well, it's almost 2024, 5 years old essentially. This is going on my 5th season of using them. So I just figured that it was time to make that change to see if I can gain more distance by switching to a newer Callaway product. The new Apex line that just came out for 2024. I still need to try those out, but that will be one of those golf clubs in the line. Will be replacing these. I do feel, even though this is the pro model, that the forgiveness could be a little bit better. You know, back in 2019, it was really good. When I tried it, I liked it a lot for being a player's iron. I felt like between this and the regular Apex, there wasn't a huge difference in distance or forgiveness. So I really like these when I tried them. You know, now in today's world of technology, I feel like the forgiveness could be a little bit better. If you're looking for these used, unless you're a scratch golfer, you're not going to see a huge difference in technology changes between these. These have an extremely low center of gravity, which is why I like them as well. If you do get a miss hit, if you get it low on the face, it's easier to launch the ball up higher with less spin. And pair these Apex Pros with this shaft, you get a very low spinning iron, which I appreciate, I love. That is one thing when I look for a golf club, is that I want something that is low spinning, but has a low center of gravity to get the ball up higher in the air faster. The courses I play, especially my golf course, it's all carry and not much rollout, so I'm looking for that maximum carry distance. And I like something that is a little bit lower spinning, and that can get the ball up high enough to hit that maximum carry distance without ballooning into the air, which people with higher swing speeds, which you will notice, you have that issue quite a bit. But on the used market, are these a good deal used? Well, considering the Smoke Pros without the shaft option when they came out were $1,500, and now you're going to buy them for about a third of the price depending on the condition, so right around $500, you know, depending on condition, depending on shaft. These shafts here were very expensive, but if you get these off the rack shaft, you should be okay, depending on your player type, your swing type. You need to do your own individual research on that. But these are still a great deal. I just think that, you know, like anything else, it's like buying a car. Of course, the newer model, 90% of the time, is going to be better with the technology and the basically performance of the club. So I'm very happy I got these. These are actually the longest set of golf clubs that I've kept in my whole life. I love them. I hate to see them go, but it's time for a switch. There are options out there that are more forgiving, that can add distance to your game, that have a bigger sweet spot on them. That's one thing I have noticed about these. The sweet spot on these is not too large. It's getting better with the newer Callaways now with their AI performance, but you have to hit these pretty much in the sweet spot if you want to get a really good hit off of them. The off the heel, you're losing about 10 to 20 yards, depending on, you know, what club you are using. So at the end of the day, these are still phenomenal golf clubs. I appreciate that they stick to the traditional loft, traditional lie of the golf club. I did have to switch up the lie on these when I bought them, which is totally okay. But overall, Apex Smoke Pros, forged irons, very good. If you have a chance to buy these used, if your budget is $700 or $800 for a new set of irons, you may be able to buy these used, and that would justify saving that extra $200-300 on clubs. Still worth it used. I would say the technology in these clubs is going to be probably relevant for the next 5 years before you see a real increase here in tech and distance and performance with golf clubs. So at the end of the day, very happy with these clubs. I wish I could show some hitting videos of this, but I can't because it's winter out. If you're looking for Apex Smoke Pros, take a look at Callaway Direct, Callaway Online. They have some good used options out there. Of course, Facebook Marketplace. It's going to be a sad day when these go, but very well worth it. They're awesome items. Would recommend again.